Michael Fassbender asked me. I was editing my sort of second film, Macbeth, at the time, and he just started talking about the idea of genetic memory and this character, I guess, discovering that he's an assassin through his kind of blood and through the memories of his ancestors, and just sounded like a really cool idea. And then I was welcomed to the world of Assassin's Creed, and that universe kind of blew me away quite a bit. And I was kind of staggered that a film hadn't been made about it already.
How was collaborating with Ubisoft?
It was great. They were really wanting us to kind of find a film story in there. They were very heavily involved in the development of the screenplay. So, all along the way, they were encouraging us to sort of find something unique and original within the story. So, yeah, it was great.
What message do you have for the avid fans of the game?
Well, I hope you really sort of see an unexpected kind of story there. I hope, I hope it's something that surprises, the fans. And, we're really, we love this world and we love this universe, and we're really thrilled to be able to, get it on screen with these fantastic actors and also some pretty amazing action sequences.
Speaking of the actors, you have such a stellar cast. Can you tell me about wrangling them? Obviously, Michael was on board already, but
Michael was a huge part of that. I think everyone wants to work with Michael and Marion, and I think all of them were just really surprised by the characters. There was sort of a depth there that they didn't expect. So no, it was great. I mean, Brendan Gleeson, Michael K. Williams, Jeremy. It was a Ariane Labad, amazing French actress. So it's been fun getting them all together.
So tell me about the process of writing that first draft.
Well, I worked very closely with the producers from Ubisoft and from New Regency, of course, and laid out the bare bones of what we see today. And then we all came on board and started working together on it and really made it into the proper movie.
Tell me, what did you love about this story?
I'm a video game fan for a long time, and especially this video game, and Adam and I had chased this for years, and Mike got the job. So when it circled around that we actually got a chance to be involved, it was like a dream come true.
Tell me about your process of adapting the game and how you did that.
Basically what we did is we all sort of sat around in the least desirable places possible, and we all flew to Paris or London or some horrible beachside French town and sat with one of the wonderful producers, Jean-Julien Baronet, and basically sat there and cracked story and talked and sat with Michael Fassbender, and just all together really just sat there and sort of worked through various iterations, which I think you'll get to see today.
What was your favorite scene to work on? I'm going to ask each of you.
Probably the carriage chase scene. So, yeah.
For me, there's an auto de fe scene in it, and that was my favorite. It's wonderful.
It's an absolutely brilliant scene. I was a huge fan of the intellectual curiosities behind the movie, and the character journey of Michael Fassbender's character, Callum, and how he fits into the overall mythology of the Assassin's Creed games. That to me was really special.
For people who are interested in writing or screenplay writing, can you tell me a little bit about how you got your start in this field and how you became passionate about it?
Bill and I actually met at the University of Michigan in 1990, so 27 years ago, and started working together then. I don't know, I think quite honestly we're just, we're very close friends. We like working together, and we just kind of kept saying yes and trying to fall forward, and we were always just writing. And so my advice to anybody who's looking to be a writer would just be keep writing.
How about you?
I started out, I'm a playwright as well, so I started out in the theatre and then got my break doing a film for Colin Firth. And a playwright called Patrick Marber sort of took me under his wing and started teaching me, and he actually gave me the same advice: just write all the time, as much as you can. And so, yeah, I've been doing that.
Speak about the transition from writing for theater to writing for TV and film.
I mean, it was interesting. My first big theatre job was an adaptation of the film Swimming with Sharks for the West End, and we put it on in the West End with Christian Slater. And that was about taking a film about films and making it for the stage. And it was, in many ways, it was just an object lesson in telling it, making this simplest story work, because we couldn't afford all the bells and whistles of film. So, they're actually quite similar disciplines in some ways, but yeah, obviously you can't get away with what you can get away with in Assassin's Creed. on the stage.
Anything you want to add for aspiring writers?
I think Adam said it right with Mike. It's you got to keep writing and you got to really take risks. You know, a video game movie hasn't been done right yet, and the three of us got it right. And if we had gotten it wrong, a lot of people would have been angry, and there's repercussions of that. But we took a shot, and it worked out thanks to Justin and Michael, and now we're here to enjoy it.
Last question. What's next for you? I'm going to go around. I'm presuming you're working together on the next thing.
Yeah, we have a movie. It's such a complicated answer, I'm not sure where to start. We have a movie that's starting called Devil in the Grove, which is the Thurgood Marshall story. It's a true story, obviously, about the case before Brown versus the Board of Education. And it's a very special piece. It's very different from this film. It's very small and very, hopefully like Michael's material, very sophisticated.
I'm doing a couple of TV series, and I'm doing a film with Benedict Cumberbatch called Rogue Male at the moment, which is an adaptation of a classic English novel, which I'm about to finish. So hopefully we'll be shooting that next year.
Excited to work with him. His fans are very avid.
I am really excited to work with Benedict. Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's a great producer as well as a great actor, and that's, I mean, like with Michael on this, it's great to be working with the people who are going to be up on the screen. They really know what they want, which is great.
Tell me about why you wanted to bring this to life as a movie.
You know, the goal is when you create a universe, you really want it to be as broad as possible, that it can be seen by anyone. So it's really happening now, and we are so thrilled by that.
And how is working with Justin?
Working with Justin was really great. You know, he extracted this notion that is in the game, but we couldn't express as well, of your lineage and how your ancestors impact your life and your identity and what you should do with it.
And how is collaborating with Michael?
It was great, actually. It's always exceptional when people have a lot of talent. He's gifted, and that helps really to make it happen.
In terms of what is your message to the avid gaming fans about the movie? What do you want to tell them about it?
That there are plenty of things to watch in the movie, that they will recognize maybe characters and a certain number of elements they saw in the games. So they have to dig in and check what we've been, putting in the movie, so that they can be so happy.
Do you have a message too?
A message for the fans? Yes, that you play the game, and then you can also see all the stories that can be expanded from the universe of the game.
Anything else you want to add?
Oh, we can say we are really thrilled by the cast and by what they have been able to actually achieve, and that it's the beginning of a long story.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So tell me about bringing this brand to a film and what that process was like.
Well, it was something that we were looking forward for a couple of years, and in order to be able to do it properly, we first started by creating Ubi Motion Picture in order to get sure that we have all the tools in order to be able, for the very first time, to work hand in hand with the movie guy. So it was a collaboration between creative from the game world to the movie industry. And because there was a lot of respect and mutual respect between each other, we were able to craft something very unique. And I think that when we're talking about video game to silver screen adaptation, there's going to be a before and an after Assassin's Creed.
And how did you guys choose your writers?
Oh, that's a big one. It's actually all the way through the process, quality, the will to do quality without the pressure of time. It's been 6 years we're working on this movie, as I like to say. We didn't have a release date initially. We didn't mind when this thing was going to come. So we take our time is my answer. We took our time. And first writer, his name is Mike Lesslie. He's an English guy. He's a very young, clever, actually loves the brand kid. He's a 30-year-old. And he was what we call a blacklisted writer, meaning he had done some great scripts that hadn't been brought to the screen. And we loved him because his take was great. So he did the first, call it, early job in writing, and then it was taken by two incredible writers from Hollywood to make it more livable in a format we wanted, and that is Adam Cooper and Bill Collage writing together. So we picked them, I think, with a lot of attention. We've seen, I shouldn't say that, 30 writers probably that we met and talked to, and these three guys made it real. But it really is a human factor, the real kick to it. Aymar here met them. Do we think they're going to do that right? We think they're good writers for a movie. Do you think they're going to quote for what we have to say? So slow process, take time was the key.
As one of the executive producers, can you speak a little bit about collaborating with Justin and what he brought to the project?
Justin is one of a kind director. He's got a touch. We knew that from his early work, Snowtown and Macbeth. First time we met him, we have this big beard, incredibly charismatic gentleman, and he hadn't played the game, is the truth, but he understood it right away, the universe of it. So he was the first one to talk about authenticity that we like to carry, which Aymar and the team had been developing for years. He said, let's do it real. Let's hire 800 extras in Malta. Let's shoot in Malta and have real, background. So Justin was the guy who was so convinced we were going to do this. The exact opposite that some of video game adaptation had been done. We were so with him that then I think nothing could go wrong. Just it's a piece of art that you're never completely sure, but at least we knew we were taking the right route to it.
Can you tell me a little bit about the special effects and sort of bringing that to life and how you went about it?
Well, the best thing about special effects is when you don't notice them. So the idea here was to use technology to make this movie a real story in Inquisition in 15th century Spain. So they were serving the story. So it's not like we have a lot to say, we spent that much and we did that many days. We did a lot of shots. But I hope it's not going to be noticeable so much on the screen. Of course, parkour, leaping from buildings needs help. So that's what it did. But it's a major part of the movie that's here to not be noticed too much in order to carry the story.
What are some of your favorite moments in the film? I'm presuming you've seen it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it a couple of times already. I would say that my favorite moment is probably the first regression, the first time Callum is put back into the past, where you basically witness what is at core of the franchise, pulling people from the present day into the past of their ancestor and reliving through their eyes what was history. It's super impressive, and the first sequence is absolutely amazing. So that would be definitely my favorite moment in the movie.